Sammy, the dogs have been unleashed. Does that make sense, Sammy?
Well, it didn't sound like it did to you. You
I don't know. I got
thing.
confused mid-sentence there. But no, we're back to podcast form, Sammy.
Okay.
And you know what that means for us?
Well, it means a lot of things.
More importantly, do you know what that means for you?
It means I.
That's right.
Yep.
You can say whatever.
If you know, you know.
If you know Sammy, like I know Sammy, and we all love Sammy.
Say Sammy one more time.
Sammy is if I could make Sammy a sandwich, I would just make Sammy a sandwich right now.
Dude, we have sandwiches coming, so please
I know,
stop.
I'm super hungry. We're all fasting right now, not on purpose.
On purpose.
But we are all fasting. But welcome to the Chuck Wick Show. Podcast form, unscripted. This means anything goes. This is going to be a good one. We got Drew Baldridge coming at the end of this podcast as a special in-studio guest. That guy, by the way, is impressive.
I would agree. That's the exact word I would use.
Very, very impressive. I knew him of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew like he was an artist. I knew that he was a nice guy, but knew really nothing about him outside of that.
I think I knew even less than that. Like, I recognized his name and I recognized the one hit that I feel like he led or should I say he led the conversation with?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I just feel like that's really all I knew. That's it.
All right, here's the deal. This is how it's going to work at the Chuck Wick Show. So every Monday, we're going to release a podcast, okay? Unscripted. That's me and Sammy just doing whatever the fuck we want. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do.
I know. You can just cuss, whatever. We try not to cuss too much, but we can. If it happens, we just do it. And then at the end of each episode on the podcast, we'll have our special guests that you can then also watch on Heartland. So podcast, for those that are confused with me, the podcast is going to come out Monday, and you can listen to the podcast, the Chuck Wick Show podcast, wherever you get podcasts, okay? Spotify, Apple, you name it. I personally like the Apple because I can go see the charts, like the Apple charts, and see where we are, like as a podcast. I kind of like that one. But wherever, Spotify, wherever you want to do it. And then if you want to see us and see our beautiful faces, and see our guests that come in and see where we shoot the Chuck Wick Show and visually see it on TV, that's where you'll watch it. Currently, you'll go, It's Real Good TV app. So the app is called It's Real Good TV. I have to explain this to my mother over and over again. So you go to your apps on your phone, people, and you put in It's Real Good TV, and you download that app, and you'll see the Chuck Wick Show plain as day under TV shows. It will soon be called Heartland Plus. Is that right? The app will soon be called Heartland Plus, I think in March. So we're in the transition phase. So as you kind of go through this transition phase with us right now, It's Real Good TV app. That's where you'll see us. And then you'll see it on your TV, all the good stuff. And then eventually Heartland Plus app. Does everybody understand that? Round of applause. Okay, we did it. All right, listen, I'm going to Dubai. I'm going to Dubai for the wine. We talked about the wine earlier. Wine, Melorosa wine, my family wine, has been doing well. I was super blessed that it's doing well, but it's a grind every single day. We've had this opportunity, okay, to go global. All right. So we're going global. Mm-hmm. We found a partner of ours now his name is Radu.
Wow.
That's
a
know.
Cool name.
He's from Transylvania. We're Dracula.
Sure. Maybe they know each other.
Well, I said, is Dracula, like, is that
Of course, that's the first thing you asked him.
Of course, why not?
Of course
I'm like, wait, you're from Transylvania? Is Dracula the real deal? He's like, no, you can go see, if you go to Transylvania, you can take a trip, get on a bus and go see Dracula's castle.
Perfect. Facts.
And it does look kind of creepy, like you would assume that it looks.
How did you find Radu from Transylvania?
All right, so anyway, I found Radu.
Okay.
He's going to be our distributor over there.
Okay.
So he's going to be our distributor for Melorosa Wine Company all over Europe. He just happens to be from Transylvania. That's his home base. So he's doing all over, so Germany, Italy, all over Europe. And one of our main spots over there is going to be Dubai. So we're leaving for Dubai for a week. And all Cassie can talk about
is Dubai chocolates.
No.
I'm kidding.
Although my mother found out we were going to Dubai, and what does she do? She gets us Dubai chocolate from the gas station. So all she can talk about, okay, is riding on a camel.
Oh.
Riding on a camel. That's all my wife wants to accomplish.
I support that goal.
In
Do
Dubai.
you not?
100%.
Oh, okay. You were leading in like you were skeptical about the idea.
Well, I just think it's funny that we're going over there for a humongous opportunity for the wine, for the family wine company. And she's like, yeah, it's great and all, but let's definitely make sure we ride on camels.
I fully agree with that, because I feel like the business meeting is going to be what it is.
True.
You know, like that business meeting could take place here in Nashville.
No.
However.
No, it could not.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you
my thought.
Can I tell you?
But you can't ride camels in Nashville.
Facts.
So I'm just saying that there's an additive to the location of where this business meeting that could kind of be anywhere. Apparently not, but.
Well, the reason why I apparently cannot is because we're meeting the royal family over there.
Of Dubai?
Yes.
Chuck, do they know who you are? How are you sneaking past security?
Isn't this fun?
This is like not the first
we have to meet
world leader that I feel like you've brushed elbows with, and I don't know that they know what they're getting into.
So that we have to meet the royal family.
You must be much different in those lanes. Those lanes of life, I mean.
Well, here's the deal. You can't, Sammy, you would never survive in Dubai.
You're telling me.
You cannot.
I barely survive here.
You can't cuss in public.
Yeah, no, and also like you can't.
What?
Like, well, there's just a lot of rules.
There is a lot of rules.
Yeah. So,
and we got all the rules before. Like we have.
By the way, I would survive because I would follow the rules because I'm respectful.
You are respectful, but God forbid you get publicly intoxicated, which you are not allowed to do in Dubai. Is be publicly.
That's a rule I would follow. You're not giving me very much credit right now.
Because if you get publicly intoxicated, you are 100% sure going to cuss, and then you're definitely going to be in jail. Anyway, so we're going over there, and this is why we get to meet the royal family. I would love to say it's because of us, but, and I think it is partially, that they kind of dictate what goes in and out of the country. So they have to see, we have a whole presentation of the wine. They've seen this all ahead of time. We need to see the presentations. We need to see what they plan on doing.
Are you personally presenting to the royal family of Dubai?
Yes. So Cassie and I.
That is a fake sentence.
Cassie and I are getting up.
Let me get my wine presentation together with my wife for the royal family of Dubai.
It is nuts. And we're staying at they're putting us up. And I think it's called Seal Hotel. Like, I don't know, I might be saying it wrong, but it's CEIL Hotel. It's the world's largest hotel.
Chain or the physical building?
The world's tallest, largest hotel in the world. They're putting us up in a suite.
I mean, yeah, it's a royal family, dude.
Hopefully it's a good view. And I'm a little nervous. I'm a little stoked. I'm super excited. Yeah. It's a great opportunity, but we do have to get up in front of the royal family and present our family wine, tell the story, tell the notes, the different notes in the wine.
Do you think they're going to get your humor?
I don't think so.
So do you think you're going to play it more professionally, or do you think you're going to bring like the Chuck Wick Show pizzazz with it, or you think you're just going like straight business?
I'm going... that's a great question, Sammy, because there are sadly not sadly, there's different versions of me. So
no, that's everybody.
Okay.
Don't shit on yourself. I feel like, that's you're going to rise to the occasion that you're at. Like a stand-up comedian presentation that you could do at a bar is not going to be the same. Well, God, I hope not. The same that you're going to give to the royal family of Dubai.
Like you see me in the show Shiners. Can't do that.
God, please don't
Can't
do that to us.
Way Chuck. Too many dick jokes.
You do realize that you are representing the United States of America.
100%. So I'm going to go.
No pressure, buddy.
I'm going, listen, guys, going to Nordstrom, going to get a nice suit. Okay. I'm going to go no tie.
Okay.
Because we present this at a gala. So I'm going to go no tie.
This is getting worse.
I'm nervous.
Or better, but like scarier.
I'm going to have to wear black because I'm definitely going to be sweating.
100%.
Okay. So I'm going to wear black. I'm going to go, I'm probably going to go all black.
Why not?
Right?
Sleek.
Open.
To the point.
Sleek. Cassie has a wonderful, like just a very, just like a fitted dress. It covers everything. It looks very professional. She's going to look amazing. She's got the beautiful blonde hair. We're going to walk in there with her, do our presentation. Then here's where it gets good. And this is where this is more of an out of body experience for me than actually meeting the royal family and presenting the wine. We're going there. Okay. With Jason Momoa, who is bringing his vodka, Melee vodka. Okay, so Jason
Are
Momoa.
you guys competing? Or are you
No,
and Jason
this is
Momoa?
we're together. We're team. We're team. Well, what does that even mean?
I don't know. I'd like to be teammates with Jason Momoa.
You.
Just kidding. What?
So he is single. I think.
I didn't know. I didn't know if there was like.
Oh, like
You
they
guys
win.
are like bidding, like they can either do the vodka or the wine, and like you have to.
No, this is like, and so outside of the royal family, basically every single hotel chain in Dubai is going to be there,
Okay.
and there's a lot. So you're talking Marriott's, Hilton's of the world. All
What does
this
a
stuff.
lot mean? Like hundreds of people in this room?
Hundreds.
Okay.
Hundreds of, well, let's say 50 people that represent hundreds of hotels.
Sure.
All right. So Jason Momoa is going to be there presenting Melee Vodka. And then Elizabeth Banks is going to be, she's an actress.
Yes, I know exactly who Elizabeth Banks is. She's hilarious.
Hilarious. She's going to be presenting, she has a wine as well, but her wine, Archer Roos, I believe, her wine is in a can.
Okay.
So it separates us. Thank God. Because I would say we're more like an elevated experience because we're in a bottle. It's super nice. It's engraved, blah, 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 out of Napa. There you go. Hers is in a can, a little more chill, poolside, boom. Melee Vodka it's like a whole different thing. So we're all going out there doing the presentation. Okay. Mm-hmm. We land on a Sunday. We leave on a Saturday, it's 20 hours, by the way, to get there. 20 hours. We're flying on Emirates.
Wow.
We've always wanted to fly on Emirates. So
Did you have to buy your flight?
We bought the flight.
Okay.
That's the only thing we had to buy.
That's fair.
Okay.
I feel like, transportation, I think that's standard.
And we went bougie. We went bougie. So I'm like, 20 hours, babe. We need to spend the extra money. We'll put it on the company card. We need to spend the extra money to lay down. 20 hours in the middle seat is not happening.
I know I have a flight similar the month after you're going to Dubai, and I'm already nervous about it. So I do think that if you're going to splurge, a 20-hour flight to Dubai is the place to do it.
I 100% agree.
Money
and
well spent.
luckily, Cassie agreed. So we went, it was like going to be like call it $1,000 for a middle seat or regular seat.
Sure.
To 20 hours to Dubai, or $3,000 for the laydown.
Give me two. Yeah.
Right?
That's a fart in a hurricane. You really think about it in the money landscape.
A fart in a hurricane.
Yeah, that's what my dad always says. It's like, does it really matter? In 20 years from now, you might have back problems from this flight, but
I have back problems from sitting here for an hour. Are you kidding me?
Well.
All right, so we're going to do that. So I think we're more excited about the flight than anything, and then probably camels. And then
the business.
And then maybe the business. I don't know. Maybe meeting the royal family. So that's going to be.
I'm actually I feel like not the point of any of this conversation, but I feel like we didn't give her enough attention. The fact that you're going to hang out with Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah. And if you don't know who Elizabeth Banks is, she is a blonde comedian actress that is hysterical. And you do actually know her. You just didn't realize that was her name. She's been in huge movies.
She was in Hunger Games.
Yes. She's what's her name? Effie. Yeah. Most fire makeup and but she's also hilarious. Like she's
funny.
She's got great comedic.
Was she in Bridesmaids? No.
No. She was not in Bridesmaids, but same cast. Okay. Same like generation of female comics.
Yes.
So like very similar. The Maya Rudolphs, everybody that came from SNL, it feels like. I don't know if Elizabeth Banks was on SNL.
I don't know if she was on SNL, but she,
I love her.
Let me look up Elizabeth Banks movies. Anyway, if you're watching this or listening to this, just look up. Okay, here we go. Elizabeth Banks. All right,
she's also the co-host in Pitch Perfect. That's John Michael, whatever, who's on the Game Show Network. They have great chemistry on camera.
All right, so listen, Charlie's Angels, The Hunger Games, The Better Sister. I think that might be like on a Netflix or
serious
something.
one.
She was in Spider-Man, Press Your Luck, Cocaine Bear. Pitch Perfect too. Oh, you know what's a good one? Walk of Shame.
Oh,
that was a good one. Where you really see her,
Anyways, I'm really excited about that. Obviously, Jason Momoa is huge physically and in his career, so that's cool. You're going to be brushing elbows with a lot of elites. Don't forget about us little people over here in Nashville, Tennessee, please.
I will talk about you for sure.
Oh,
and so
I don't know if we should do that either, actually. We should just leave me out of the conversation.
Jason Momoa is a musician. So he plays in a band. Is
that why he was fadoodling around in Nashville for a bit?
Yes.
Okay.
So he plays in a rock band. That's not bad, actually.
Obviously, as
he's a bass player. So you could, he looks hot playing the bass and all
Sure.
that stuff. He's there looking like Aquaman, freaking crushing the bass. Anyway, he's doing a show out there around his vodka, Melee vodka.
So are you going to get up and sing a duet with him?
I thought about it, actually.
Well, is he going to invite you is the question.
Here's my deal. We're going to talk for
He's going
sure.
to fall in love with you, and then you guys are going to be homies for the rest of your life.
Gosh, I want to be homies with him.
That's a good homie to have.
I want to be homies with Jason Momoa.
I don't know that I've ever watched enough media coverage of him to know like his personality. I would be lying if I said that. I feel like I've only seen him as the characters he plays. So I have no idea what that guy's vibe is, but I've seen him and
I know people that know him very well, and my partner in the wine knows him very well. He's like, Jason Momoa is like one of the nicest guys you'll meet.
I love that.
Like super chill. Did you ever watch? He was on a thing. It's like Hawaii. It was about Hawaii, like how because I believe he's Hawaiian. He's what do they call it?
An Apple TV show.
Yeah. What's it called? Come
I
on,
don't know.
bro. I watched the whole series. It's great. It's great. Now I got to look it up. What is it? Oh, you might be right. It is Chief of War. You would love Chief of War. He's shirtless the whole time.
I feel like one of his best qualities is being shirtless, and he looks good shirtless.
Yeah.
I'm getting my chicken salad sandwich delivered
Wow,
to me right
guys,
now.
just like roll right up into the podcast and
I asked for it. I said, give me that.
give the food.
I'm famished.
No, I'm gonna be polite. No, actually,
For what? Once? Anyways, I'm excited for you. That's like huge news for your company, but also for you and Cassie. Is Tucker going with you, or are you guys going alone?
no. This is like I'm gonna miss Tucker like crazy because we're gonna be on 7 days.
Yeah, but I feel like having him with you would be incredibly difficult
It'd
to
be
like
stressful.
take care of what you're there to take care of.
We need to focus.
Right.
There's no way I can ride a camel and take care of Tucker at the same time.
Okay, that's not what I was talking about. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Listen, that's Dubai coming up. And so with that said, we need to talk about international travel. Sammy, since you are such a abroad person, going abroad. That
nice save, buddy. I'm aware. I have to buy my own clothes. I know how broad I am. Yeah, I've been abroad. I've actually been abroad more in the last couple years because of work. So I do have to say that I definitely have some job perks when it comes to international travel. Things that I would have never been able to afford on my own, I've gotten to see and be a part of. Now, what I was mentioning before is that I'm going to Australia and New Zealand in the month of March. I've been to Australia once in 2019. I had a younger brother who played semi-pro hockey, and he went overseas, I don't know, over the world to get to Australia to play because, summer's winter, winter is summer, and hockey is a winter sport. So in the summer here, it's the winter there.
Yes.
See how that works?
Got it.
And so he was on that team. So I got to go to Melbourne, only Melbourne. I really got to see like the outskirts of that, but I didn't get to really travel all of Australia, where for this tour, I will be everywhere. So I'm excited. It's not Dubai, but it's still pretty cool.
Do you get paid the same if you travel abroad?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a salary employee. Like our per diem is how many days you're on the road, but it doesn't necessarily fluctuate whether I'm in Scotland or I'm in Terre Haute, Indiana. It's the same per diem.
I love that you're a salary employee. This is great.
I've been a salary employed, babe.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I mean, I feel like I would have never seen. Here's the thing. What I really appreciated about last fall, I got to go as part of a European leg of the tour, and I got to see literally 8 different countries, however many it was. And I got to kind of pick and choose, handpick, I would come back here on my own dime. Where like, I think that's such a privilege because think of all the time and money I would have wasted if I went somewhere that I got there and I'm like, oh God, why do we come here?
Yeah.
So I kind of get to like
You get to
peruse the menu
Figure
first.
it out for free, sort of.
Well,
No,
yeah,
actually, yes.
free. Free monetarily. How about that?
That's what I meant.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little scared. Like you were saying, I don't have a you want to okay, so here's the other thing. It is quote unquote quote free for me because they purchase my travel to get there.
Okay.
But let me tell you, honey, they ain't splurging for the lay down seats for the crew. So there is a large possibility that I will be in a middle seat for 20
You're earning
hours.
it. You're earning your
We got a
trip.
little spoiled on our way back from Europe where they upgraded us to like not necessarily first class, but like not the peasants. We were like somewhere in the middle, and it was life changing.
It is life changing. I went to Japan with Lee Bryce, okay, to sing for the troops over there at the base, their base over there.
Okay.
So Okinawa.
What year was that?
That was 2015, 18.
Oh, okay. So not that long ago.
Yeah. 2018, 2019.
I guess almost 10 years ago. Damn.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Dang. I'll tell you exactly when it. No
I have
way.
shoes older than that.
Hold on. I got to look at this.
That happened fast.
Did I go that long ago? Let me just put in Japan because I've only been there once. All right. So December 2nd, 2018. As I look at this is Lee Bryce. We went out after our show and he had some sake. And that's him standing.
I don't know that he wants you to be showing anyone that photo of him.
He's standing waiting for the elevator. I won't show anybody. The camera.
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best.
Sake got to him, but
what's
you know
funny is that they specifically go, do not leave the base without your paperwork or your passport. Guess who does?
You and Lee Bryce.
I don't.
Oh.
Lee left his passport and paperwork.
Also, Lee Bryce is like a huge white American man. And they're going to be like, well, one of these things is not like the other. It's you, sir. The drunk country singer with a voice like this. They're like, yeah, that's not from around here.
You can come back in on the airbase. Yes. We'll let you back in, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't. What was the point of this? What was the point?
International travel. You asked me questions, I answered them.
Oh, that's what I said. So I went with him and his band. I was like a special guest. So his crew booked my flight. Well, they asked me like late in the game. So all their crew, like all their band, Lee was definitely first class, of course. And the only seat they could find for me to Japan was a middle seat. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, in the very back of the plane. And the entire time I walk past the first class section and Lee is very gracious enough to say, do you want some orange juice? No, I don't, Lee. I want your seat. That's what I want. I want your seat.
Well,
so I go over there and I was like, all right, made it. On the way back, same thing, middle seat. And on the way back is where it got me because we were only in Japan. Ready? For 24 hours. We did a show in Hawaii together. Okay, first.
Okay.
Spent the night, got up at 5 a.m. for the flight to Japan. So on the way there, it wasn't too bad because we were already in Hawaii.
Sure.
So it wasn't too bad. The flight back, after only being in Japan for 24 hours, and really you're like a day behind.
No, at that point you can't even adjust.
I don't even know. Like I think I needed a diaper at that point because I just didn't even know what was happening with my body. It was bad, guys.
I'm sure Lee carries those around, or at least his crew probably
100%. If he doesn't, he should.
Okay, so you're not making me feel any better about my flight back.
Anyway,
but I guess I'll
is,
just cross that bridge when I get to it.
The point is, if you can upgrade, even if it hurts the wallet just a little bit, I strongly recommend the upgrade to the lay down seat.
I would agree with you, except for that I'm really, 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 I can't even say it enough, really trying to save money this year. So like, I don't need that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be disciplined in my spending and I'm not going to splurge on that because guess what? No.
Okay, this is what I think you should do then.
Okay. I mean, if you want to pay for it, let me know.
Nope, here's what I think you should do.
If Jason Momoa wants to send me a ticket, let me know.
On the way there, sit normal seat. Okay?
Okay.
On the way there, sit normal seat. On the way back, upgrade your seat to lay down. And you tell me if it was worth it or not. And if you say it was not worth it, and you have to be honest.
Obviously, it would be quote unquote worth it. But what I'm saying is I'm not even trying to open the door for that possibility right now. I'm trying to save all my pennies. Save
your, what do you get? Per diem? Mm-hmm. Just be like just save your per diem. How many days are you there? 10?
In Australia?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty much 3 weeks of March. I don't know the exact dates, but like March 10th through the 28th or something like that.
All right, let's call it 14 days.
Okay.
All right. You probably get at least $100 a day for per diem.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So $1,400.
Who the fuck are you working for? Sorry, is this a show or the podcast?
This is a podcast.
Okay. Who the fuck are you working for? Like, it's giving you $100 per day per diem.
That's what I give my band guys. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I have to look into that now. Why? What do you get? I didn't know.
No wonder you. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. I mean, no, that is incredibly nice. You know what? There's usually a sliding scale. So a lot of other kiddos that work in touring, like myself, you know, if you're in a smaller city, you get less per diem. If you're in somewhere that it does cost $30 to just get a basic meal, you have more money for per diem. But that is up to the artist, up to their business manager, up to the level of caliber that artist is. People are not getting $100 a day per diem. I'm going to ask my friends.
Ask them all right, ask them what they're getting per diem wise.
I mean, I know like Thomas Rhett's camp. I know Old Dominion's camp. I know Kenny Chesney's camp. I know.
Can you tell me what Kenny Chesney's camp does per diem?
Well, it depends on what department you're in. They're doing just fine. I don't even know, they're not even doing $100 a day.
Maybe I'm $50 a day. Maybe I'm like $50 a day.
$100 is like, that's a paycheck. That's another paycheck on top of paying your band. But also, I don't really know what you're paying them salary-wise or not salary-wise, so that's none of my business.
None of them are on salary because they're per show. I don't tour enough.
Right. So then maybe $100 is nice. I'm not sure. I've never been the artist, babe. I've only been the one that had to work for them. Sorry.
Gotta take care of your employees. Per diem, no per diem. I just think you should just let me know what you do. Let me know what you do. If you do it, I'll be proud of you. How about that? If you do it and take care of Sammy's legs, take care of little Sammy legs, okay?
I'll think about it. Listen, okay. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying not really.
I just feel like you'll thank me for it.
100%.
You're like, Chuck, you know what? You're right. You were right. I think you'll say that.
Okay. Hey, maybe I'll change my tune between now and then. Never say never. All
right. Let's talk music. CRS New Faces. I was on it back in 2008. Yeah. So it was me. So CRS New Face. CRS stands for?
Country Radio Seminar.
Country Radio Seminar. Always in February. Always this month. And it's a big deal because if you get selected for CRS New Faces, that means Country Radio selected you. So Country Radio votes on this, who they think are going to be the new artist of the year and go on and have a great career in music.
And they've been historically incredibly accurate.
Yeah.
And the biggest names that you now know in country music have probably started at CRS.
The year I was on New Faces, it was myself. Okay. It was Kelly Pickler.
Charles Kelly.
Lady Antebellum.
Excuse me. Yes, Lady A.
Yep. So me, Kelly Pickler, Lady Antebellum, Zach Brown Band, James Otto. I always miss one. Maybe that was it. Look at my screen, she says. I didn't miss any. Lady Antebellum, Zach Brown, Kelly Pickler, James Otto.
And Chuck Wicks.
Chuck Wicks, right? I didn't miss anybody. 2009. Yeah, 2009. Oh, 2009. Sweet. Oh, yeah, because Stealing Cinderella came out like late 2007. So really Stealing Cinderella was 2008. True. It was released like in like November or something, maybe.
That's a pretty stacked class.
Pretty stacked, yeah.
One of them is at the Sphere right now. So that's like, you can't get any bigger than that.
Lady A did fantastic. Zach Brown, I mean, obviously. James Otto had a great, one of the best songs ever.
No, that's Jared Neiman. I always confuse Jared Neiman and
Just got started loving you.
Oh, banger.
That was a good banger.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me of high school. Pop off, James.
That was his biggest song, Just Got Started Loving You. And then Kelly Pickler. I feel like Kelly Pickler, yeah, she had a great career. I feel like she had, and then she did her talk show. And remember, she had a talk show for a couple years. And she did a couple movies. I think Kelly was like more famous as a personality.
Yeah. Well, she had the whole American Idol about her.
Yeah.
So like she had America's heart before she had country music's heart.
Right. She had a celebrity aspect to it.
And she was unapologetically herself. I remember back in those days, you couldn't even understand what she was saying half the time on American Idol in the cutest way. That thick Southern accent when she talked. I can't even do it.
Yes.
I just butchered it.
We shared, she was on part of the Sony umbrella, so that which was part of my umbrella. So I saw her all the time and she was great.
Oh.
People loved her. All right. So this is CRS New Faces. And people still love her, by the way. This year, okay, Kelsey Hart, Ella Langley, Chase Matthews, John Morgan, Megan Patrick, and Josh Ross. Is that it? No, you're missing one.
That's the same.
You're missing one. You're missing homeboy. What's his name? Real Country.
Zach Top.
Zach Top.
I thought he was last year.
That was last year?
Yeah, we're in 2026, babe. He was in 2025, I feel.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, though. I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, okay. This is me without... This is sad, actually. I should be better. I mean, I'm doing a show around country music. I know Chase Matthew, John Morgan, Megan Patrick, and I don't know Kelsey Hart. Why do I not know Kelsey Hart?
Do we have a single from her that we would recognize, maybe?
I'm getting it.
Oh, it's a guy.
Oh, that's why. It's a guy.
Wow, we're 0 for 2. I have also never heard of Kelsey Hart, so I'm very intrigued by this because I feel like the remainder on the list.
I bet you I know his song. Let me see his song. Songs.
Watch us hear it and know every word to it. And we're like, oh, we did know this guy.
That's the thing. That's the thing about today in particular is there's so many new artists that just throw songs out to be heard. And you might hear it on TikTok and it be like this song you know from TikTok, but radio ain't playing it. So you don't know it from radio. Mm-hmm. So you might know, so radio's like, I don't know who that guy is, but you're like, well, he's got, kind of like, honestly, like Drew Baldridge. You take a guy like Drew Baldridge, tons of TikTok out of the gate. He's got a hit on his hands, but radio doesn't think it's a hit yet until radio makes it a hit.
Right.
You know? All right, let's see. Thank you for the look. I got Emily back there giving me some stats here. So his song is called Life With You. Oh, we're now doing life with you, right? You're never going to make me look it up now. Hold on. You know what? I think he sounds like, hold on. This is my trivia to myself. This guy he's going to sound like Blake Shelton. And I love doing life with you. All right, are you going to play it?
Baby, I love doing life with you. You're everything I want to wake up to. Give you all of my heart, the moon and the stars. Till my time
sounds like Blake Shelton.
Here on earth is through. 'Cause I just love, baby, I love doing life with you.
I know that song. I for sure know that song, but I didn't know him, which is
that's okay. But that's also the point of New Faces showcases. Or you're saying that because you're a TV host and you should know that because it's about country music. I don't think it was like malice, is what I'm saying. Like everybody else has seen their
yeah. This isn't like, who is this guy? Why is he on the list? No, this is more like, I can't believe that he's on New Faces and I can't put his face with the song, but now we will. Anyway, the point is Ella Langley clearly is going to walk away from as a success story with this from this group. Kelsey Hart, Ella Langley, Chase Matthew, John Morgan, Megan Patrick, and Josh Ross. Ella Langley is probably going to win Female Vocalist of the Year.
Yeah, she's hot right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bet you she wins female. I bet you she sweeps ACMs and sweeps CMAs next year. 100%. And what's crazy is that she's a new face. That's nuts, dude. John Morgan is fantastic. John Morgan, so he is... Jason Aldean actually signed John Morgan to his publishing company. Went out on the road with him. Wrote.
He's also open for Old Dominion.
John Morgan did?
Yeah, and he played our Miramar Beach. It was the Odie's Beach Festival in November of last year.
Oh.
It was funny because I had met John originally through you guys and through Jason years ago. And then something happened in our schedule where we had 3 shows in 1 week. One being a radio show in Houston, one being an event at this beach vacation, and then one being his actual stage performance. Like he played the day in between Old Dominion did. I was like, this is getting weird, dude. We've never met each other and now I've seen you 3 times in 1 week. So Needless to say, we're secret best friends from that 1 week.
He's a good dude. He's got babies, man. He got married, got babies. He had a duet with Aldine, which I think went number 1, actually. And then he's written like probably at least 2 of Jason's number 1s, like recent number 1s.
Nice little career going for him.
Yeah, Friends Like That was the song. It went number 2. Well, it's currently number 2. Probably will go number 1. That's crazy. I'm jealous. Sorry, I'm like looking at him. I'm like, he's doing pretty good. Good for him. Megan Patrick, also known as Mrs. what?
Mitchell Tenpenny.
Mrs. Mitchell Tenpenny. Look at Emily back there coming through. I love her. She's actually she is a Canadian act who's like huge in I didn't know she was huge in Canada, but she is.
She's had a lot of success in Canada.
Yeah.
For years, by the way.
She charted in 2016. She had like 15 charted songs, top 20s plus or whatever, before she had a top 20 in the US, which was 2024-ish. So anyway, long story short with all this CRS New Faces stuff is that there clearly is the breadwinner in this right now, currently, that's Ella Langley.
Yeah, she's coming in hot.
She's going to win she's on New Faces, but she's going to literally, I'm going to say it out loud. She will win female vocal, not new female vocalist of the year. She's going to win female vocalist of the year. She's going to sweep. She's going to win song of the year. With
she's from Texas, I can tell by the way she's stepping around the room.
Everybody's dancing. Let's go.
Because that's the cutest song ever.
It is actually a really good song.
Love.
It's so good. I'm doing a show. I thought about putting it in my show. Honestly.
What show?
When I do like a live show.
Oh, the Chuck Wick show.
No, like if I go do like a touring show with my
like
band.
the musician Chuck Wick.
I'm like, you know what?
I fully support that.
Everybody loves the song so much.
It's also incredibly rad when dudes do chick covers. Love it.
Love it. Anyway, everyone on New Faces is clearly a winner because if it's an honor to be chosen for that. So congratulations to Kelsey Hart, Ella Langley, Chase Matthew, John Morgan, Megan Patrick, and Josh Ross. Yeah, outside of that, Drew Baldridge is next, so that's going to be fun. Okay. Drew Baldridge is our guest on this week's podcast. You know what? I'm going to throw this out here. This is not a plug. It is a plug, but it's not a paid plug. liftedtrucks.com. I went and got a truck from them. One of the most amazing experiences ever in my life. And I want them to sponsor our show so bad.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, you know what? This next segment on the Chuck Wick Show is brought to you by liftedtrucks.com.
I mean, can they tell you to not? Probably. But
no, I'm sure they appreciate the plug on the. I just walked in. If you want a baddie truck, they got like 18. Let's put it this way: Kevin Costner got his truck from Lifted Trucks.
Stamp of approval.
Boom. Liftedtrucks.com. Check it out when you can. That's where I got my truck. I got it a week ago, and I feel like a man. I feel like a man, Sammy. All right, enjoy Drew Baldridge. You're welcome. The Chuck Wick Show. Okay, super excited about this, Sammy, because this guy that's sitting right next to you is he's kind of, what'd you say? What's the hype? Phenomenon? Something like a phenomenon. Anyway, Drew Baldridge. That's a throwback, by the way.
Yeah.
You sang that. Something like a
Not
phenomenon. Anyway.
Anyways.
Drew Baldridge is here. Drew, everyone goes crazy.
Hey, how y'all
Everyone
doing?
goes crazy.
Drew.
Let's go.
Drew. Now, Drew, first of all, how long have you lived in Nashville?
Oh, goodness. June will be 15 years,
Okay.
which is crazy to think about.
15 years.
Yeah.
This is it. They call it a 10-year town.
Yes.
It took you a little over 10.
It did.
But last year, on your own, you released a song called Somebody's Daughter.
Yes.
And if you don't know the story, usually in Nashville, you need a giant record label, you need millions of dollars, you need a great team, you need all this stuff around you in order to even have a shot at having a number one song on country radio. And Drew, you did this not on your own, but you did this untraditionally to what I just said.
Yeah, it was very wild. You know, I've been in Nashville like I said, for almost 15 years. But I remember, we actually put She's Somebody's Daughter out. It's crazy to think about it, all the way back in 2019. And it was on an old record label, an independent record label that I was on called Cold River. And we put it out. And to be honest, it did nothing. Like, we didn't send it to radio. The record label I was on shut down, closed its doors. 2020 rolled around, and I thought, man, everybody wants to sign us. We got the hype, all the things, and nobody wanted to sign us. At that time, I've been in Nashville for almost 9 years, I guess. And everybody was like, hey, we know Drew. Drew's awesome, but like, he put out 4 singles and they all failed. And I was sitting on this She's Somebody's Daughter song. Well, me and my wife got married in 2021, and I made a wedding version just so she could dance to it with her dad on our wedding night. And after our wedding, I posted it on social media the next week. And I was just like, if you guys like this, we'll put it out. And it was a Wednesday night. And I woke up the next morning, I had almost 10 million views on TikTok. And I was like, I jumped like hundreds of thousands of followers in a night.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. We got to put this song out. So we put it out, and it just started going really viral. They created a trend called the daughter trend with it. And I was just sitting back like blown away. I've never had anything like this where people were reacting to it. And I thought record labels would come around, and I was getting calls by every record label in the LA area. And they're all like, we see your numbers. This is crazy.
Oh, in LA?
In LA, yeah. Because they were watching the algorithm. They were watching how many videos were getting made with the sound and the streams that the song was getting. And then they would call Nashville and they'd be like, hey, we want to be a part of this, like Warner, Capital LA, all these people. And they'd call Nashville, and it would just get shut down. It would be like, hey, like, we know Drew's cool, but like, this is like a moment for him. He's had 4 failed singles, and I couldn't even get meetings.
Doesn't that just make you mad?
Oh, man. I hate that.
Well, it was frustrating because I was like, hey, I put my whole life into this. I know finally, I feel like I know what I'm doing. And this song is working. Like, it's streaming. It's doing all the things that you guys have asked of. And that song was out for a year and a half. And it got to the point where it was still streaming as much as it was. Like, I'm talking like 1 million times a week. And I was very blessed that I owned that. It was the first time we made money off our music. But I was with a radio buddy of mine named Tim Richards. And he was like, so like, what's next for you? And I was like, I'll be honest, like, I'm still stuck on She's Somebody's Daughter. Like, I know everybody's like, why don't you give up on it? I said, all I need is a record label. If I send it to radio, I know it'll work. I see it reacting. And he was like, why do you need a record label? He was like, why don't you know everybody at radio, why don't you just do it yourself? And then it was kind of like a little light bulb. I was like, I do know everybody at radio. Why don't I just call them? So I just called all my radio friends. I was like, hey, I got this song. I think it's a hit, but I don't have a record label. But do you think if I hire my own staff, could this work? And am I crazy for thinking that? And they're all like, you're crazy. Like, you are crazy.
Wait, they did say that?
Yeah, but they would be like, we love the song though. Like, we think the song is special. We're seeing what it does. But yes, you're crazy because it's so hard. It is so hard to do this. It's expensive. You got to hire a staff yourself. You're up against Sony. You're up against Universal. You're up against all the majors. And I was like, yeah, I said, I see all these record labels though, like changing staffs, and they're firing a lot of their promo teams. And I was like, who's some of your favorite people that have gotten let go? Like, tell me some of their names and I'll just call them. And so I got all the names of these people that got let go from majors, and I just cold called them and be like, hey, what are you doing? I got a song. You want to go to radio? I can pay you this to come help me. And I just built my own team, my own record team that way, and hired 3 or 4 people and sent a song to country radio like a crazy person alone by myself.
And how long did it take? So, because a lot of people know the innards of the town, right? Like, it's a lot. I mean, I have people today tell me, when are you going to put something out, Chuck? When are you going to put? And I just immediately go back to like the struggle and how hard it is. It's not really about making music, because you love music. I love music. I love making it. But taking that next step like you did is the hardest part, because financially it is. I mean, did you fund that yourself?
I funded it myself. Yeah. Through the streamings of She's Somebody's Daughter. And I just did it on a prayer of like, I knew I was making X amount a month with the independent record that I put out with She's Somebody's Daughter on it. And I just thought, if I could stay making that number, and as long as I keep my staff below that, or right at it. I'm not losing money. I'm just reinvesting it back into my
Drew,
career.
you're a business guy, dude.
And
Very
so-
savvy. I'm like impressed by everything you've said.
It was a lot of learning. And, you know, for me, it was like, this is my shot. I viewed it as I've been in Nashville now for this moment, 12 years.
Yep.
And I don't have a record label. I don't have anything to show for it. Nobody will sign me. I don't have a manager. I don't have a booking agent. Everybody left. And I was like, I know this song is something. Why would anybody bet on me if I can't bet on me? And I was like, I'm going to show everybody that this song is special. And so I remember just being up at 3 a.m. pacing. We had a 6-month-old little baby boy at the time, and just being like, man, I'm spending his future money on a dream of mine. How selfish is this? How hard is this? And my wife would just come down and just be like, hey, remember why you're doing it. This song is so special. This song is telling women their worth. This is what the world needs to hear. You don't hear this on country radio. Like, keep going. And I'd be like, okay.
Go.
And
you have an awesome wife, by the way.
Oh,
Look
man.
at this. I'm disc golf clapping
awesome.
over here by myself, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeez. What? When he said, like,
She's not here.
I know, but she's going to watch.
Yeah.
She is
And then
going
you
to watch.
gotta-
Listen, she's fire. But I also think that it's a true testament. Like, I appreciate, which I'm putting words in your mouth, but I feel like you said, okay, 10-year town. And you're like, yeah, well, I'm here for 15. This is your 12th year in. And it's just kind of like, if you're looking around and there is no one else to bet on you, sometimes you only need one more person. And like, you chose a fantastic partner to be a partner for you. And I feel like that is like, isn't that what it's all about? Who cares if it took 12 years?
It is.
You're richer than most because of just that.
Yeah. And I think too, like, there were so many times that it was so hard for her and so hard for me. And there was always like, when one person was down, the other one was there. And you know, I honestly couldn't have done this without my wife and support from her. And obviously the song was for her and her dad to begin with. But like, to know the whole time when people didn't believe in this and people called me crazy, like, there she was, you know, and it was like, hey, we got this. We're going to do this no matter how high it gets. Like, I believe in you. And that was like the coolest and best thing ever through this whole journey. And, you know, it took us, to answer your question, Chuck, it took us a year. Like, we sent the song to radio in August, and it took us 7 months to get on the chart, to get top 50.
Wow.
And I remember just being like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Nobody cares. But my little radio team that I hired, we knew, like, once people tested it at radio, because that's how all the songs work, right? Like, for everybody out there that knows, like, country radio, they're not just picking random songs. They're putting them in a group of testing where there's like 400 of their top listeners. They play hooks. And the hook is literally like, hey, do I like this song? Do I not? And people go down and judge the songs. And we knew if we could get to testing, that it would test high. And because the way that it was, you know, being received on socials and things. And so I just knew that if I just held on to testing, I could do it. And there were some stations that were being like, hey, we're not going to play this song at all. It's a ballad. Like, major market stations. It's a ballad. You're not a major label. Like, why? What is the incentive of us playing this song? And I remember just going like, just test it.
Right.
I know, like, even if it tests bad, you don't have to play it.
Yeah, stop being a buzzkill.
Just give me a chance before you shoot it down.
Just give me a chance. And I remember they're like, well, we haven't played it at all. Our listeners are not going to know it. And I was like, it has 1 billion plays on TikTok. Like, I promise you, they know it. You don't even have to play it. Just test it. And I remember them calling back and being like, it's a fluke. It tested way too high. Like, there's no way this is right. We're going to have to retest. And I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me.
Yeah. How can we shoot you down again?
Everything
yeah.
he's explaining is what I hate about country radio.
Oh, well.
Give me a shot before you shoot me down.
I will say this is the best thing about, because I have a love-hate with where we are now with music, because it's almost like everybody is just throwing music there's so much music out there to consume.
Yeah.
Where before it was a little more controlled. But so there was like the one path you had to go, right? Like back in the day, or I mean, I was still on that path. Like when I signed RCA back in 2006, 7, the path was still like, go get a team, go get a publishing company, write songs, go get a record deal with a major, go to radio. But now, and you were on that path as well.
100%.
But now you had the TikTok, the Instagram. A lot of people hate that. And a lot of labels now are lazy, where they don't go out and search talent for themselves. They just go, well, who's got the most views? Who's got the most downloads? Let's do that. Let's bring them in.
Yeah.
Do they tour? Who cares? They got a bunch of views.
They got a bunch of streams. And I think that is what, one thing that I've learned, and I can't say, our industry has changed so much that country radio is now not the bringer of new music. It's the playing of hits, right? So that's why they do the testing. They play the hits, like it might get exposed. It might get broken on this social media platform. Like She's Somebody's Daughter was.
Right.
But they're going to play the hit. Like they're going to, the song that's on the radio might be, from a listener standpoint, 6 months, 7 months, year old, but they're playing the hit that everybody is familiar with. That's their biggest thing, is radio wants to play songs that are familiarized. They don't want to be new leaning. They want to be like, hey, this is familiar. That's why we're playing in the top 20. And so that's going back to that, once it tested the second week and it tested super high, they were like, hey, we have to play this song. Our listeners love it because it's familiar. It's a hit in their market. And so I think that is what, I saw something the other day where it was like 90% or so of top 100 Billboard last year was a viral song on
That's
TikTok.
crazy.
And it's like, this day and age, you almost have to have a song have viral moment.
Sammy and I almost had a viral moment with our Christmas song that we did. If you
That
wanna go
is
back.
so far from the truth. He's
you go
actually
back to
just
the
straight up lying
Chuck
to your
Wick's,
face. Thank God that didn't go viral.
Chuck Wick
No
Show on
offense to
Instagram,
us.
you'll see our Christmas song we did together, and some of the staff back there.
Please.
I love it. I got to go check that out.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic.
And we're moving on.
I'm glad you brought that up, Drew. All right, listen.
Commercial. Quick.
A great segue to take a break. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about how that song now has catapulted you into some other things that you deserve, and we're happy about it. So we'll be back.
Also, not for nothing. Sorry, I know we're back. This isn't recording. We can cut this out. I'm just talking straight to you guys. I just want to say, you said, it took a full year, but as an independent artist, like that is not long.
Yeah.
Granted, it was 6 years and 1 year. I get that part, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying the majors average right now 53 weeks
It's crazy.
for a mid-tier artist for number one.
And it was literally, we went for ads August 22nd.
Hey, that's my birthday.
Hey, let's go.
Good juju. See, that's why it worked
And
out.
then it went number one August 26th, the next year.
Damn, pop off, sis.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
That is, but it's like not that. I guess I'm
Yeah.
not
that
I
different
think
than
to
most.
a naked eye, it would seem like a long time, but it's like, no, that's the state of country radio.
It is, yeah. And it's just, like you said, Chuck, it's so hard because there's so much being thrown at these guys all
a
the
shit
time.
ton of songs.
And it's just like, what is hot Spotify? In our market today, it's almost like there's hits in different genre. Like, it's country song, but you can have a Spotify, you can have it on highway, you can have it on country radio. Like my wife, I'll be like, hey, this is the number one song on the radio. And she'd be like,
I heard that 8 years ago on Sirius XM.
or I've never heard it at all.
Yeah.
It's interesting the state of, and I noticed that too, like when I went and watched award shows lately, when people are playing like what they consider their hit might be a number one on country radio, and the crowd's just kind of like,
They don't know.
Yeah.
they don't know it.
Yeah.
But then when Alan Jackson comes out and plays Remember When, everybody
knows.
knows it because that was a hit. And it's so weird. Like it's like this big area of like young kids listen to this over here, older people listen to the radio. There's only a few songs in our market today that are actually hits.
Yeah.
There's not like over the course of a year, like last year, you think like there's a handful of songs that people know. That's a hit. That's every word I know, but there's not many of them. It's I think that way anyways. I could be wrong, but that's how it
I
feels
agree
to
with
me.
you.
Well,
and I
that's
feel like that's outside of country as well.
Yeah. Like there's not, I don't know pop hit. Like,
Yeah, well, the thing, pop radio, you can have 3 singles at once. Country radio, if you're not Morgan Wallen or
yes,
Jelly Roll, you
very
true.
Yeah.
100%.
Sorry, not
Sorry,
to
we're
go.
just
Yeah,
chatting.
wait,
And,
that's like I used to work for Sony, and then before that, I worked in country radio with Chuck. So I'm the radio side.
Who'd you work for in country radio?
I worked at Cumulus.
The morning
you did
show.
work at Cumulus?
Yeah, I worked
Sick.
in
Got
radio
you.
and then
Yep.
transitioned to the dark side and worked for Sony for a couple years.
Okay. As promotion?
Yes.
What was your region?
Oh, I was national. I did national
sick.
content. Yeah. So I was doing a lot of the syndicated shows.
Got you.
So I was doing all big shows. I don't know. That
Yeah.
sounds bad, but you know
No,
what I'm
no,
saying.
I know
like,
what you mean.
No,
just
well,
national
yeah,
coverage,
like
basically.
Bobby
Yeah.
Bones.
Yeah.
Or,
People who expected extra content. That's who I
Got
worked
you.
with.
Got you.
I did all the media days. Anyways, okay.
Back with Drew Baldridge, and now that you've kind of laid the groundwork, it took you 14 years, Drew, to get here, but you made it, and you made it on your own dime, which is like super impressive. Also, but I thought, I was like, is he independently wealthy? No, you were taking the money that you were making off the song, reinvesting in yourself with somebody's daughter, which I think is like very mature of you, Drew.
Well, thanks.
Very mature.
Well, actually, I was independently broke until that song.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah. And yeah, it was just like reinvest it back into, hopefully, a lot of people are like, what are you going to get out of this? And first off, I've never had a top 40 single. Like, I've had 4 failed. It would be so awesome to say top 40 country artist.
You were probably good. When you got to top 20, you were probably like, I'm good.
I was good at top 40. I was like, holy crap, we're doing the dream. I can't believe this. And it just kept testing and climbing. But yeah, and then,
Did you write that song by yourself, or?
No, I actually wrote it with Jimmy Yeary and Cameron James. And I remember calling Jimmy when I told him, I was like, hey, I'm going to send this to country radio. And I think he took he didn't pick up, and he must have got the voicemail or the text. I can't remember. And he was like, 3 days later, he was like, yeah, cool. We still talk about it.
He's like, great, you have a major record label.
Yeah, sure, good job.
Good luck. Call me when it gets to 55.
But I remember when it got like top 40, he sent me a text like, bro, this is actually like working. I'm like, yeah, it's going to work. I'm telling you, it's going to work. But it has been such a life changer for us over the last year. 2020, I think the end of 2024 is when that song went number 1. And then, 25 last year, man, we got to go out on tour with Cody Johnson and Bailey Zimmerman. We went to Australia with Jelly Roll, and it was just so many doors opened from country radio. And a lot of people can say, why I don't listen to country radio, or what's it matter? But for me, man, it was life changing. After that, we had a second single called Tough People we put out that got top 10, and it was fun to play that song on tour and people singing that because of country radio too. And
okay, so wait a minute. So Somebody's Daughter went number 1.
Yep.
And you followed it up with
Tough People.
Tough People went top 10.
Went top 10.
And now
we're on a new single called Rebel.
Rebel.
Yep. Rebel.
I listened to Rebel on the way in, and this is, so I've known you for a long time, but I haven't really known, like we never had like long depth in conversations. Totally. And learning who you are through this conversation, I can tell you you got your stuff together. Like, you're very on purpose, and very methodical, and you just think everything out, which I appreciate. I had no idea that side of you. And even through your writing, with somebody like Somebody's Daughter or Rebel in particular, I believe that you believe in a message.
I do. Yes.
Which is pretty refreshing, because a lot of people will write songs that is just like ear candy, but your songs, especially with Somebody's Daughter and Rebel in particular, there's a message to it. And Rebel's message is about kind of digging your heels in and say, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in.
100%. And I feel like God's given me a second chance at this, and losing everything back in 2020 and becoming an independent artist and being like, okay, nothing's ever going to happen. And then we did it, and we had success, and I really believe it was answered prayer for us. And I was like, okay, I see that this was the message. And also on social media, every time I put a song out with a bigger message, that is what people started gravitating towards, is like, hey, we love how your music makes me feel something. We love how your music says something. And Daughter does that. Our second single, Tough People, was very much so that. And now with Rebel, this was a song that I was like, can we send this to country radio? But every time we played it live, it would get a standing ovation. I think there's a lot of people that feel this way today of, when people read the title Rebel, they think of a outlaw for like injustice and all that stuff. And it's like, no, this is the total reverse of that for today's market. I feel like when I moved here, I wasn't a big drinker. I'm not a big partier. I'm kind of the in a party scenario, I'm in the guy in the corner just talking, just not being too crazy. And I feel like sometimes over the last couple of years, our world has really gratified the wrong things and gratified, hey, people, this person's getting arrested. Let's throw their mugshot on a t-shirt. How cool is this? Mm-hmm. And for me, it always felt like, man, being a rebel and staying up true to what you believe in is almost harder sometimes than just going out and being crazy. Like, I think, a real rebel is walking away from temptation when you're married. I think a real rebel is, turning the other cheek and knowing when to fight and not just fighting because. And that's what this song for me is all about. You know, it's like, if the hook even says it all, if the whole wide world wants to dance with the devil, I guess you could call me a rebel, because I'm going to stand up for these things.
That's awesome. You got to listen. You have to listen to this song, Sammy. I was like, okay, this guy's way deeper than I thought, and just a meaningful guy. Because when I heard rebel, I immediately think, like, is this a political thing? It's not political at all. It's more just in your beliefs and your core.
And because I had some other people say the same thing. I was like, is it political? And I was like, nah. It just, for me, it's about standing up for love. It's about, you know, I think, you know, in the song we talk about being a good role model for my son.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's all those things in one. It has nothing to do with whichever side of the party line that you're on. You know, it's standing up for what you believe in. And it's been awesome to see, you know, so many people that I know are over here, and so many people that I know that are over here. Every time they hear it, they hear themselves in it, you know, and they hear like, hey, you know, I'm going to be the rebel and stand up for what I believe in and what I think is right.
Well, your music and your path to get here has inspired a lot of other musicians, in particular, Craig Campbell.
Oh, man.
So Craig Campbell, who we love, I mean, one of the best.
Craig. Yes.
One of the best guys.
Incredible singer and player and musician, all the things.
Yeah. So he loved the guy. Like, he's like one of those guys that everybody loves in town, and had some huge hits. And he gave you a shout out because he's back at radio now with a new song on his own. And he goes, listen, if my buddy Drew Baldridge can do it, I'm like, you know what? I can do this too. And so you're inspiring artists that have had success and then maybe lost their record deal to go, you know what? Like, I don't need this setup. I need my setup.
And that's what's been so cool is, you know, when we got top 20, top 15, I started getting calls and texts from other friends. And, you know, there's this guy named Chris Owen who loves the radio chart, and he always posts, and he reached out and he was like, you know, if you go number one, you'll be the first independent artist to self-fund it as their first number one. This will be history for all of country radio. And I didn't know that at the beginning. If you would have told me, I'd probably not. I ain't freaking trying. But it was like the amount of, I didn't know in that moment when we started going, how much this was a win for independent artists and artists that have lost deals. And they all started reaching out. I was like, bro, I want to do this. I want to try this. I'm like, hey, I'm an open book. Like, let's jump on phone. Let's go to lunch. Let's go to breakfast. And it's been so cool to know, like, and hope and pray that what we did kept other people going, and they see it and they can be like, you know what, I can do that. If this guy can do it, I can do it. And who knows how many other songs by independent artists that they were going to give up, or they weren't going to keep going anymore. And now they're like, hey, Drew did it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying. And maybe there's something special out of their heart that the whole world's going to receive now because of it.
So is the same team that worked Somebody's Daughter working Rebel? So country radio, or what happened? Did you end up getting a major record deal?
So after Daughter went number one, I ended up doing a partnership with BMG on Tough People, and Rebel's the same way. But I kept my staff. I kept the record, the team that helped me get here. I was like, how do I, you know, get a number one with you guys and say all y'all are fired? So I just funded it until my prayer and hope was that I would find other artists along the way to take to radio. Like, that would be super awesome. And so last year, out of nowhere, Brandon Lake's manager reached out and said, hey, we heard what you did. We have this song called Hard Fought Hallelujah. Will you take it to country radio? And I was like, oh my goodness, God, like, what an answered prayer. Here I am struggling, but now I get to take a song called Hard Fought Hallelujah to country listeners. And so then they got Jelly Roll on it, and we sent it to country radio last year. And we just crossed top 25 a couple weeks ago with my label team, which was super cool. And And then now we have another girl named Julia Cole, who's been in town for so long.
Love Julia.
And we just sent her song to country radio the end of last year, and we got about 60 stations on it, about to break in the top 50. And so my team is working So
do you have your own record label now?
We have our own record label.
Okay,
cool.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's
Drew.
pretty cool. Yeah, we kept it going. And
stop leaving me hanging.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I didn't realize that we were supposed to be clapping so much today. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm enthralled with the storytelling.
You should clap for this guy.
Sorry,
this guy's incredible.
I am very impressed. And I also think that not to make it about me for a second, but I have not met anyone face to face yet until right now in this town that has done this. And I want to reiterate, like, the amount of discipline Drew has, because I have been a small part of machines, like you're saying, like the big machine that makes this work. It takes incredible discipline to crack into the top 20, the top 10, to get a number one on country radio when you have the finances and the machine and people reminding you of things that you're supposed to just know, but you hired someone to know them for you. Without that, it's impressive with it. But like I respect the hoot out of you. I was gonna swear, but I didn't. But like I think I have an appreciation that I have always dreamed that the industry would move this direction, and like you are the example of it. I think that, I mean, this is a prediction and I could be wrong, but in the future, I think the majors will be left in the dust because people will curate hand-picked teams that work for them and their messaging and their music, and other artists that are like-minded and disciplined. Maybe they feel like they've been passed over. Maybe they have lost things. So I just want to say, beyond the claps, hell yeah, brother, because that is very impressive. And I'm impressed. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but it's incredibly difficult. This town will chew you up and spit you out, even when you have it all.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's the deal. We have to get you to. He's got to go write another hit. This guy is nonstop. The guy he wrote somebody's daughter with. He's like, listen, I got to get out of here in like 15 minutes because I have to go write with Jimmy Yeary, the guy you wrote somebody's daughter with, and we don't want to make him upset.
No. Jimmy will be fine.
And now you got Jelly Roll and Brandon Lake counting on you, and Julia Cole's counting on you.
We got a good team.
So you're a business guy and a great husband. If you want to check out Drew Baldridge, go to your Instagram, of course, and TikTok, where he has 1 billion views of all of his songs. And a beautiful wife. You're about to be a dad again, right?
Yes. April, my wife, we have another little boy on the way, and we'll have 2 little boys, and it's going to be crazy in our house. It's going to be a wild time.
It's going to be good.
I was always a fan from afar, but now I'm a fan for real.
Same.
You're awesome, dude.
Well, thanks.
Very impressed.
Yeah. Drew Baldridge, everybody watch. Look,
okay,
there we
go. Now it's a
there it is. Yeah.